Everybody ready? Dun, dun, dun. Welcome, 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 welcome.
Jesse, do you have a computer in front of your computer?
Incepted computer.
Right.
He's got a very intense look on his face right now, doesn't he?
He does. He really does. I don't even know if he can hear us.
It's kind of scary. Maybe he can't hear us. He's not responding.
No, he's not.
Dun 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 dun. Welcome to episode 4 of Pathfinder. For those of you that will be watching the video later, this is our friendly session of a tabletop Pathfinder game played remotely and sponsored by Crypto Comics. CryptoComics.com. Go check them out. They are the coolest company on the planet. Maybe. Maybe not.
It's not a lie. It is not a lie.
We're wondering if Jesse's getting his shit figured out. He is looking intently. He's got a lot of background noise. Dialing it in. Checking his camera. Showing us some dick pics. All right.
I like how Andrew looked up when he heard
Yeah, Andrew totally looked up when he heard dick pic. He's like, what? Dick pics? He's like, he's not paying attention at all. All of a sudden it's like, dick pics?
I just needed to make sure it wasn't mine.
Apparently you have 2 viewers on YouTube right now. Case, that might be your people.
Nice.
Yeah, at least one is me. I have the stream pulled up.
Word. All right, who wants to do the recap from last week?
Jesse.
Jesse, a.k.a. the black screen of death? What?
Mm-hmm.
All right. I'm just going to roll a dice. How about that?
He's coming. Oh, I don't remember what happened last week.
What do you mean you don't remember? How do you not remember what happened last week? Isn't that somewhat crucial about how you play from week to week? Kind of understanding where you are and what's going on?
Clear idea of what happened.
All right, let's see here. Well, that's good that you have a clear idea because I just rolled your number. So,
Oh, really?
yeah. So why don't you give us the rundown about what happened last week, sir?
Well, as usual, I was conducting Druid business. And while I was conducting Druid business in my most dwarfly of manners, chaos unleashed. And I pretty much had to save everybody. So while I ran in gallantly to defend my invading horde of spiders, they were falling left and right. It's hard to say who was going to make it, but thankfully I was able to use my druid powers, make one last ditch effort to give the other dwarf berserkers some great powers as I sacrificed myself to my dwarven druid god in a last dying breath to save my companions. And it appears that they were saved. And I awoke to a quiet glade, and everybody rested and healed.
All right.
Is that about right? Isn't that about what happened?
Does anybody else have any recollection of what happened?
And then I think they made a statue, a dwarven statue of me.
Right, yeah.
That did.
Okay.
That's not yet. Okay.
Pretty sure
gonna
you
happen,
found a special map.
So we traveled a little bit along the dotted line.
This terrifying dotted line.
We passed out next to a beautiful wooden glen that ended up being filled with spiders. We were attacked by spiders. Damn near everybody but the dwarves died.
Mm-hmm.
Excuse me. The elf carried the dwarves to that victory.
I don't remember the elf carrying anything but its ego.
I didn't see any.
I remember the elf shooting at least 4 spiders dead as our little dwarf nature man
Does anyone have a
cried and screamed and died.
I'm gonna throw this out there. I'm willing to bet money that one of the dwarves has the highest kill count so far. Hands down.
Ooh.
Just because they keep falling on their own swords when they swing at you doesn't mean you've killed them.
Hey, all right. One of us is a hero. The other one is an elf.
So yeah, that's pretty much what happened, right? Like, I pretty much took over the.
Dwarfs
the
are only
spider
good for
kingdom.
getting us attacked.
Dwarves still
They
rule.
can't-
We beat the spiders.
Can't. Our dwarves can't follow directions or stay
What-
on
What was
task.
that you were saying?
One of our dwarves, rage quit our plan and decided to rush headfirst into goblins. The other dwarf fell asleep while it was supposed to be watching and let the
still
spiders
won.
attack us.
Oh, yeah.
I was getting a little too chummy with you short, dinky mountain people.
Well, at least he doesn't have a problem with the halfling, huh?
Right?
No, that's cool. Halflings are.
He's
I
only
don't
been
take that from the
stocky
elf who
little.
hates everyone else.
All right, so from the halfling's perspective, what happened last week? Let's do the halfling recap.
Okay,
What's
so the halfling recap of last week. So we looted some bodies. The elf found a map. I got some cool bloody
Elves
armor.
just hate dwarves.
We figured out that the map will drench us in black goo if we're not careful where we stand. But we're following the black goo, seeing where it goes. We decided to take the goblins' horks and ride them along. Halflings do good, dwarves don't. And while we were sleeping, our mama dwarf fell asleep, and we got ambushed by spiders. And once we defeated all the spiders, very narrowly, we discovered that we were right by their nest.
All right, and that is exactly where we left off, right by the spider's nest. So, what are you guys going to do this fine morning?
Am I still poisoned?
You've survived. You know, you've found these holes in the ground. These are, you know, basically giant trapdoor spiders. Do you guys want to explore them a little bit more, or do you want to continue on the journey that the magical goblin map has laid out for you?
I don't want anything else to do with the spiders after last week.
Yeah, they kind of fucked me up.
That is a clear, you know, that's definitely a choice. Remember, Halfling, that when you did kind of get close to one of those nests, you heard the chittering inside. Like there was more spiders.
Yeah, fuck that. Fuck spiders.
So are we under the assumption
Spiders are the size of me. It's not cool.
are we all fully healed at this point from the
No.
previous attack?
You are not fully healed.
So we need to do that first, I assume, right? Yes.
You definitely need to do some sort of resting and healing if you want to make sure that you can do that. Or just jump in there wounded. What's
What
that?
do the suicidal dwarves want to do?
I do have a question on that. I have, I'm trained in healing, but what exactly does that skill do?
It gives you.
Is it just like
It's a stabilizing skill, or it'll give you 1 hit point, or you know,
just one?
yeah.
Okay.
So I say we heal. I think.
Are those of us that got bit still poisoned?
If you have not done a cure spell on yourself, then yes, you are poisoned. So you still
Do
have.
you have a list of who all got bit and how many times?
No, you can only be poisoned the once.
Okay.
So you're either poisoned or not, and it's a strength drain. So that would go on. Did you research into that temporary skill a little bit, you barbarians that have your rages? Did you look in on your temporary skills to understand your bonuses, like we talked about at the end of the last session?
Yeah, I still have some questions on it, but I think I've got it.
Okay, so if you're poisoned, you know that would affect your temporary score as well.
Okay.
But anyway,
I didn't get poisoned, did I?
I don't know.
I didn't
remember.
put that on anything that happened to me, but I am down to 4 hit points.
So are we going to spend a day resting? And if so, are we going to rest in this area, or are we going to continue on our travels? That's what I'd like to know as a party.
Well, am I still unconscious?
Yes.
That'd be good to know.
Okay.
Okay, so Tess needs healed. Bad.
Do we have any? Does the druid have the ability to cast a healing spell on her, or did you use all your healing spells, druid? You
That's
used
what I'm
all-
Druid's
checking right
passed
now
out.
because I have.
Oh, the druid went
yeah,
down
I'm
too.
unconscious. Yeah, I'm unconscious.
So both of our healers are out, so we're gonna have to rest no matter what. How are you guys gonna rest?
It's on you guys.
Can we
Save us, Tom Cruise.
put the more badly injured players on the horks and lead them out of the area, away from the spiders?
Yeah, I mean you could do that. Slump
What do you
'em-
think, Al?
Yeah, sounds good. I'm doing pretty well because I'm awesome. But we can go rest all the these dead dwarves. And I know they're not dead, but they sure do smell that way.
Probably. Yeah.
That's probably accurate.
I mean, if we really were to break it down, like everybody probably smells pretty bad at this day and age, I would assume.
We're working at a dump. I mean, come on. None of us smell great.
Fix Jess.
I guess you lower peoples don't need to worry about that kind of stuff. Anyways, let's go ahead and drag these dwarves out of here.
Okay.
We
Just
need the
a safe
cleric on the horse.
distance towards the path. I mean, where are you guys taking them?
So we are in the middle of like the woods right now. Just kind of off we're far enough into the woods where we would have felt comfortable to camp had we had a watch that was capable of that. So I guess it would take us a while to get back out of the woods, right?
Well, should we look at our map?
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm just wondering how far into the woods we walked. How long is it going to take us to walk out?
Gotcha.
Your description to me was you're not staying directly on the path. You are far enough away from the path to not come across anyone that would be traveling the path. That was what you told me you were doing. So however we interpret that.
So a few hundred yards into the woods.
Okay.
Okay.
Are you guys
All
going to
right.
stay in the woods and try to navigate through the woods as you take your wounded to safety?
I would prefer to, because the woods are kind of my favored terrain.
Okay.
Yeah, but we've already got spiders and shit everywhere.
Yeah, you guys were weak and you died. I'm doing just fine.
Mm-hmm.
I did my job.
Okay. So, I would like to propose that the elf goes wandering off by himself, and then
That's fine.
let's see, the halfling.
You need some time?
The
You
halfling
need
and
some
the
time
dwarf
alone?
can lead the horks, carrying the other two back towards the trail that we came from.
I have to hang out with you?
The what?
I'll go scout around and I'll look for any tracks or any people within a few hundred yards of us. You guys gather up the piles,
Mm-hmm.
put them on the horks, and we're not going to move very fast because they're dwarves and the horks don't carry dwarves. But we can we can start moving at least in the direction we were going, a little bit closer to the path where I've scouted ahead.
Okay, and what are you guys going to be doing for safety purposes?
For safety? Well,
Yeah.
we've got
Well,
the elf
I'm-
scouting ahead, and she and I I'm assuming we're not in Berserker Rage anymore, correct?
No, you're tired now. Yeah, you're fine.
Okay. So he's going to scout ahead. Her character in mind would be leading 2 orcs that are carrying the other 2 bodies.
I do have kind of a sense for danger before it happens, so I can just kind of be maybe keeping an ear out for anything coming up on us with the uncanny dodge.
Yeah, I mean that's a combat skill, but definitely would be something that a halfling would be. I mean, halflings are little people, and
Right.
they're probably a little skittish anyways. You know, for the most part. So you're on alert. I like that. And let's go ahead.
The dwarf hit on me unexpectedly.
Right. Let's make the ranger. Let's do a perception check to see how you're doing with your scouting.
All right.
Shit, I feel like we're about to get attacked again.
22.
Okay.
With my bones.
Ranger, you're out scouting around and you come across a shelter that has been used in the past by some sort of occupant. You're not necessarily certain. Some sort of humanoid has used this in the past. It's a very cleaned out shelter area, little cave kind of nestled into a side of a hill there, and you can see the remnants of where a fire pit is, and it definitely looks like a good place that you could shelter up. It would be easily defendable if there was some sort of critter that tried to poke its head in there. You guys would be able to bottleneck it in there. Definitely some sort of ranger-ish, humanoid sort of hotel, if you will.
I'm finding this very, very preferable to our circumstances.
Exactly.
How odd.
Exactly. It's very nice. Do you want to report that back to the group?
Yeah.
How do you guys take that sort of? You do get the ranger coming back to you, and he says, "Hey guys, I think I found this shelter we could rest everybody up at. It looks like it's used and frequented. Probably a nice little base for us to heal people up."
I think that sounds like a solid plan.
All right, very good. You guys continue on to the shelter. The shelter is not far away. The horks are able to drag the wounded into the cave, no problem. The horks are starting to get hungry again. For those of you watching the stream, horks are an interesting creature that looks a lot like an orc and acts a whole lot like a horse. And we can't quite figure out why the orcs are acting like horses. So you guys get everybody in there, and basically, does anybody have any healing skills or healing abilities that they would like to utilize to help get the party up to speed?
I don't, unless Casey has a healing spell. I don't think we do. I don't think
I'm
any of us.
double checking, but I don't think so either.
Okay. I have a knowledge of nature and geography. I'm wondering if, along my super incredible, amazing adventures as a ranger, I would have used some of these herbs or local fauna as a type of healing ointment, salve, or food.
I'll let you make a knowledge nature check on that.
Okay. Uh, 14.
Yeah, you know of some herbs that are good for helping to avoid infection and kill bacteria, etc., etc.
Okay.
You see some growing.
Well, since
not
I'm
far
the
away.
only... Since the dwarf probably couldn't figure out a four-leaf clover from poison ivy, I guess I'll probably go out and start looking for these herbs.
Shots fired.
Shots fired. Oh, man, that That hurt the dwarf's feeling so bad he just disconnected. He's
Did
like,
Andrew just rage quit?
he just rage quit on us.
Andrew just rage quit on Pathfinder?
No. Oh, that's fucking Discord. I hate Discord.
Oh no, you're right. Don't hide it.
I mean, if you want to blame it on Discord, I mean, you can. We'll allow you to.
Yourself. Fuck it.
All right. So,
All right.
basically, what you guys have done is you've created yourselves a little place for everybody to heal up and become conscious again. What we'll need to do is we're going to rest a full day to get everybody back up, and then that will mean we need to roll a random encounter, and I need to find out how you guys are guarding the entrance of this cave before we make an encounter check.
our amazing caltrops of bent forks and spoons up on the entrance.
Well, we've got two
That would have
horks.
worked, honestly, if somebody hadn't gotten a bone over trash ball.
Remember, the horks are getting hungry again, and
Yeah, so we can
they're
Which one
eating.
should-
install the horks up right outside of the front entrance. We'll
Is the
keep it
rabbit
Hey,
safe
look,
from
something
the
a
neighborhood.
dwarf could do. Find some grass for the horse.
They've been eating grass the whole time, but they're still hungry. They just constantly eat grass, and they're constantly hungry.
Well, what else do we do for them? The ranger already tried to shove a rabbit in their face, and they weren't having it.
They weren't having it, right?
They seem to like the good berries, so like maybe some berries or something with actual nutritional value. I mean,
The guy that makes those
unconscious,
is
so I don't
down
know.
right now.
That's true. How are we protecting the cave, y'all?
I say we tie the horks up out front and we make the ranger sit out there with them.
I'm looking for herbs to heal your stupid brother.
Okay.
Oh, yeah, he'll be
How
fine.
about Gore feeds the horks, and I will guard the entrance of the cave.
All right, you gonna stay up all night,
I will stay up all night.
all by yourself?
Sure.
All right. What is your constitution?
Oh boy.
Which one's that?
And you other two, are you guys trusting that the
Colin.
halfling can stay up all night?
I'm gonna use my new ability of alertness, and I'm gonna kind of I'm just gonna keep one eye open. You know, I might rest my mind and meditate, but I'm definitely not going to sleep.
You a full elf or a half elf? You're full elf, right?
Full.
Okay.
Yeah.
Very good.
Do you want
Alright.
my base
I'm-
constitution, Jade?
Yes.
My base is 12.
Okay. So you've got the average capability of staying up. Go ahead and make a Constitution check.
Okay.
Add your +1 to it that your 12 would give you.
Okay, so my total is 18.
Oh yeah, you're up all night. You're up all night. You're up all night long.
All night long.
All night. All night. So you're up all night, and not only are you up all night, but everybody else is, because you won't shut the fuck up. You are just chatting and talking, and you are having a great old time, just keeping everybody awake. Let's make a random roll. It doesn't matter what. Go ahead and you do it, Casey. If you beat my roll,
Okay.
we'll see if there's an encounter or not.
Okay, I got a 14.
All right. The only thing that happens throughout the course of the evening is the halfling talking about her entire family. And when I tell you her entire family, she is talking about her brother's sister's cousin's brother's nephew. She is telling you about the different professions that her mother's uncle's brother had. You know, it's a lot. It's a lot, but you all think that you know the
None of
halfling
us
quite a
die.
bit better. What's that?
None of us die.
None
so
of what?
none of us die. We don't have anyone attack us or anything.
No
so
one
they can-
attacks you.
They
Everybody.
can live with the family talk.
Yep. The family talk got you guys through the night, and at some point the druid and the cleric come around, and they kind of wish they hadn't, because There's so much talking going around, but it is the next day, and the two healers are awake. So that was a lot for one little action to occur, but we do have our healers now. What would you healers like to do?
Bro, am I still poisoned?
You are still poisoned unless you have a cure ability.
I'm checking.
You'll be poisoned for
Probably do.
for about 4 days.
It's a bad hangover.
It's a real bad hangover.
I mean, we've all been there, though, right?
Oh yes, the dreaded 3-day hangover.
Can I make a wisdom check?
What are you making a wisdom check for?
I would like to use my druidic knowledge of what I've gained with taking the path of the wild. What if I just ride out this poison? Will I become more resistant?
You may become more resistant to poisons the more that you're affected by poisons, but you also could go the other way, and you could actually become allergic, or have an allergic reaction. Like that's kind of the weird thing about poison immunity. Like you take a little bit of poison to get immune to it, but also that could cause the exact opposite reaction.
Yeah, I'm not going to mess with that yet. I can just cure it, I bet.
But I mean, you could try it. You never know.
What is it? Is it cure light wounds?
Yeah, that would work. I mean, I think
Okay, I'm gonna use a cure light wounds then.
Okay. Go ahead and do that.
Rid myself of that poison modifier.
I'm gonna do the same because I was poisoned and I have cure light wounds, so.
I don't remember if I got bit last week.
Oh, you'd remember.
I think you did. I think you were sick, Case. I think you were poisoned. Pretty sure.
Was I?
I'll cure her too.
Aw, thanks, Mom.
So two
At least I
spells.
can do after passing out.
Two spells down. One spell healing. Everybody's healing, right? Okay. How long are you going to take? How long are you guys going to stay in the shelter of the cave before proceeding? And where are you proceeding to?
I'd like to ask a question about the cave really quick.
Yes.
You said that the elf could tell it was cleaned out by someone recently.
Yeah. Yeah, you guys can all tell that too. Like it's obviously, a passersby have used this location before. I mean, there's not a Roomba going around vacuuming up the floor of the cave, but it's fairly well kept as far as caves go.
Can I do a perception on notice unusual stonework to see if there's anything that we might be missing inside of the cave?
Absolutely.
Okay.
Go ahead and
I'd like to do that.
Go ahead and make
What do I roll for that?
Perception check.
Yeah, what do I roll for that, though?
It'd be a D20, and then you would look on your perception, and that would give you the bonus for it.
Okay, I got a 15, and my perception with a notice unusual stonework is 7.
Okay, that makes sense. You would be really good at that because you're a dwarf. You notice that this particular alcove has been heated up slowly over time, and it is very, very solid. So a person would mark this down in their mind as a nice place that would not collapse on them in their sleep, like some alcoves might do.
Okay.
But it's definitely not man-made. It's a natural alcove.
Okay.
I ask him what he's looking at, what he's looking for.
Food.
Food? In the rock? The cave?
Supplies, weapons, trapdoors.
Oh. Okay. Find anything?
No. Found some
Okay,
rocks.
never mind.
I found some rocks.
Cool. How long are you guys staying in the alcove?
How long do we heal? Like how do we heal?
Well, with
Is
the
it a certain
with the healers up, I mean, one full day of rest will probably get everybody feeling good again.
And that's to get back all my spells too.
Truth.
Okay, so I say that we wait one day.
So, okay, yeah, that's fine. Last level, I learned the skill of craft traps.
Nice.
So
Okay.
I'm gonna start building some traps near the entrance. If it sounds like we're going to stay here for another day.
Okay.
Probably a good plan.
Are you gonna do just some sort of tripwire type things? What kind? What do you-
Right. Yeah, nothing too elaborate. Just some tripwires, some specific noise makers in case people are coming up on us, stuff like that.
Sweet.
Just some real crafty ranger traps.
I like that.
We like ranger traps. Are you helping Halfling?
I don't believe I'm a terribly crafty halfling. I mean, I could offer
Come on,
to help him,
halfling.
but I could offer to
Yeah.
help the elf, but I don't know that I would really be that helpful.
So
We're
there,
gonna go build some traps and do some hunting.
there is a
We
way
gotta
Okay.
get away from these dwarves.
there is a way you can aid anyone in whatever skill roll that they're about to make. You just simply just say that you want to aid them. And
Oh, okay.
so if he's setting, tripwires or whatever, you can just say, I would like to aid him. And
Okay.
we would give him a bonus of +2 just because you're aiding him.
Alrighty, let's go, elf.
All right.
Cool.
Make a roll on your
All right.
on your skill check there.
So I tell the dwarves we're gonna go set up some traps and go see if I can find any animal tracks for hunting, fresh tracks.
Be safe. Don't talk to strangers.
Yeah, whatever.
I could call a bunny over and just snap its neck.
Hey, good.
Oh yeah, okay.
Okay, everybody?
So with my craft traps bonus, I make a, what is that? 19 plus 5, 24.
And then did you add the +2 for the
me?
halfling's help?
So 26 plus I get hold on. I get +2 bonus on geography if I'm in a forest. So I'd be able to pick out even better trap making materials. Yes?
Yeah, you and the halfling are actually both very very happy with the job that you did. You spend several hours setting up some traps outside of the perimeter. In the meantime, you guys do recognize that the horks are starving to death again. No matter what kind of grass they eat, they're still starving to death, which it's up to you if you guys want to do anything about, but they're not having
Yeah,
fun.
just give them a good berry.
They love those good berries, damn it. Those good berries, for whatever reason, are actually something that they will eat, unlike the rabbit carcass that they would not eat. They are eating the good berries, and the good berries do make them feel good. So just remember that, JT, if you're going to feed them, you're going to have to constantly use a good berry skill to keep the horks alive, if that's what you want to do.
We need to find something else for these horks to eat because they can't be hogging all the good berries.
Right.
I'll tell you
Andrew?
what we can do with him. I'd make a mean hork stew with pork chops. Hork chops.
I'd still be. I'm okay
think
with
orcs
that.
would taste that
Yeah.
good.
I'm okay with that. Okay with that too. Turn his
I'm
I'm
head
sure
into
the
a
meat would
helmet.
be pretty tough.
I'll stick with the vegetation, I think.
It doesn't seem like the horks are very bright or understanding of their situation at all anyway.
They've been pretty useful.
And why they're just slowing us down.
They carried us to safety. What are you talking about slowing us down?
Oh, you're right. they needed to carry you to safety because you guys lived through the attack and we were going at full speed.
Wow.
Okay, fine, we can keep the stupid things, but we need to learn how to feed them.
Why don't we just go foraging for some vegetation that they'll actually eat?
Can't the druid talk to them and see if there's something else they'd rather eat?
When I spoke to them last time, they seemed very single-minded and just wanting to eat grass.
They also,
That's right.
but don't forget when he, did you explain to them how they thought about eating the grass though?
Of course I did.
Like they were not enthusiastic.
Nope.
They were
They
just
hated
like, ugh, grass. Ugh. But that's all they want. Like, ugh. That's why the good berries are so awesome for it. Anyways, we got some great traps set up. You're tracking game. Let's roll for another encounter for this evening. Depending on how this encounter roll goes, you will be all at full health and we will be able to continue the adventure. So one person, doesn't matter who, somebody volunteer.
Can I roll for stealth before?
It depends on who. If there's an encounter, we'll see what happens. Andrew, roll a dice.
All right.
You volunteered. I loved hearing you. Andrew says, "Me, pick me, oh bro."
I rolled a 12.
There's no encounter the next
God.
evening. So you guys all get a good night's rest. Everybody's got their spells up. Everybody's healed up. Horks are fed. Hunter went out and found some game. Brought some game home. You guys all ate. Now it is time to go onwards and upwards and head towards the direction indicated on the map.
Can we see our map again?
Are you
Maybe. Shit. Ooh, there
I mean,
it is.
even if it wasn't the best map in the world, it was better than nothing.
I think I still got it. I can transition it for the group. Oh, look at that. Look at how... There it is. There's the map that they have found. For those of you who are watching.
Yeah. How many trees in are we roughly?
Well,
How many black things are we? 4, you said?
you were 4 before the spiders. You're probably another 2 up there. And getting ready to continue on. So, as you guys are going along the weird path of the goblin map, oops. I was pulling a Tesla. I was looking at last week's sheet. You're never gonna live that down. Is that,
You'll get yourself killed like that.
Tesla, is that why you cut your hair? Was because you were looking on the wrong character sheet? Because, I mean, it wasn't that big of a deal.
I couldn't handle looking at myself in the mirror, so I had to cut my hair to try to forget the memory, hoping that the locks would take it all away.
Oh, God.
Once again, the chaos haircut proves true. I must cut my hair to control whatever crazy shit's going on in my life. All right. As you guys continue on, marching order is Elf first. Is Elf leading the way? Who's leading?
Yeah,
Elf was
definitely.
in the way.
And who's in the rears?
Gore is always in the rear.
Yeah, Gore's always in the rear. And behind is Patsy, who really goes fast, trying to keep ahead of him.
It gets everybody moving.
Okay, as you guys continue on, you get to a point where you're all the way with the lake on your left, and this weird ass lake on your right. And Druid, you're the one that's kind of getting the kind of ucky feelings about this lake that's on the right. You can recognize as a druid that, what the fuck? Your camera went away. Are you still there?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, that was weird. Oh, there. Now she's back. Okay. Whew. I was confused. Okay, druid. So, you do feel that this lake is unnatural. On the left, you just get that kind of feeling inside of you that you don't really like this lake on the left. Lake on the right feels fine. Lake on the left feels not so fine.
Can I make a knowledge nature check?
Yes, you may, and I would take a perception check from the elf that's scouting ahead.
I could also. Okay.
25.
Okay. Would you get their knowledge nature?
13.
13 total?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oof.
Elf, your keen elf vision, Mr. Elf, picks up the reason for the lake existence is that there is a dam on the river that is actually causing this lake to have flooded this area, and the dam is somewhat disturbing. So as you were scouting around, you kind of looked at it and you notice a lot of things that you would expect in a dam, like twigs and logs and such. But you also noticed some.
It looks.
Go ahead.
Sorry, I was gonna say it looks made by like nature and animals or man-made.
Yeah, I mean, at first, as you're glancing at it, you notice that it looks like it's made of twigs and logs and things like that. But in between the twigs and logs is a lot of pale cylindrical shaped objects, pale white-ish, bleached looking, and they don't match the bark of the surrounding trees or anything like that. So there's some intermingling materials within the dam that you're not quite certain from the distance that you're at and the distance that the group is from the dam. You're not certain what it is exactly.
How big are these spheres?
Well, like I said, you can't really tell. You can just there's discolorment in the dam itself. You're too far away to tell what it is unless you'd like to approach the dam.
Oh. Okay. Yeah. I say that's an awfully strange looking dam, and I don't see any real reason for it. There's no hard farming or anything going on. Something about that dam just is kind of eerie. I think we should go check it out, or at least I should go check it out if you guys want to, stay where it's safe.
Are you bringing this information? So you brought this information back to the party in your scouting?
Yeah.
What do you guys think about this information that he's presented?
See what happens.
I think we should definitely check it out.
Halfling?
You're not gonna get angry and lose your cool again, are you?
It might fucking happen. Like, do your job with that bow and arrow. Fucking save the day once in a while. Talk some fucking shit.
Sorry.
You're about to take
Sorry.
a break.
Next time I won't. Next time I won't save your life. That's cool.
I will piss on you the next time you sleep, Elf.
Mom, what do you think?
Well, I'm not going to let my son go into danger by himself, so obviously I'm going with him.
Okay. Halfling?
Yeah, if everybody else is wanting to go check out this dam, I will tag along.
Druid?
Oh, goody, it's a party.
Sarcasm from your father.
Druid, one of the things that you recognize too is, with the description of the elf describing the dam, of course, it's curious, and it is twisting your gut up a little bit as to what it's all about. So when you guys approach the dam, it does definitely look like a dam, and the druid does explain to you that it's a beaver dam. However, as you get closer to the beaver dam, you do notice that it is strewn about with long bones and skulls and rib cages and spines. And
Humanoid or animal?
you would need a knowledge check of some of that for the long bones. But there are definitely skulls of all types of animals in there, including humanoids. And there's a lot of skulls about the same size as the halflings that are in there.
Baby skulls.
Man-eating beaver. I've seen it a million times, guys.
Just like we trained.
Yeah, these are some badass beavers.
Well, you don't get married.
I mean, in a way, aren't all beavers man-eating? No? No? Bad joke? Okay, sorry. Okay. All right. So, I mean, obviously we have a situation here, and you do notice as you guys are looking around and kind of looking at this is no one has ever heard of beavers making a dam with dead bodies. Mm-hmm. That's just something that doesn't happen.
Right.
And
Let's set fire to it.
Ultimately, that is what has the druid. The druid is disgusted by this because the druid, is all about nature and what nature's all about, and this is a perversion of that, for certain.
Mm-hmm.
What do you guys do?
I'm gonna set it on fire.
Well, it's going to be hard to set a dam on fire because it's
Right, yeah.
it's a dam.
And it's
So
surrounded by water.
It's well made.
and yeah, but I mean, as you're kind of scanning around, you guys do notice the lodge of in the middle of this lake that's created by the dam. You do know the beaver lodge, the beaver house that's in the middle of the lake. You notice that it's there too, and it's built the same exact way as the dam. So there's twigs and there's branches and logs and stuff, but there's also, like, you can see long bones and skulls and everything sticking out of it. So
This is kind of floating in the middle of the lake.
Yep, they build the lodge in the middle of the lake. That's how they do it. So whatever has built this dam and has built this lodge is probably out there.
Right.
Does our druid have any knowledge of what could have made this, so we have a better idea what it is?
Well, it's not dwarven, and it's probably not a beaver you ever seen.
I'm gonna see if there's any tracks on the shoreline or near where they would, construct the dam. I wanna search for tracks. I've got a pretty good roll for that.
Go ahead. Let's see it.
Okay. 14 plus 2, 16.
You see beaver tracks. You see big beaver tracks and little beaver tracks.
It's a beaver mommy.
Okay. All right. So beavers. They're not like orcs pretending to be beavers or anything.
No. The only orcs that are pretending to be animals are the ones that you got with you.
Beavers, the cousins of the rabbit in Monty Python.
It's the bones! That rabbit's got a mean streak a mile wide.
Run away!
One beaver stew coming up. Look!
Behind the beaver. It is the beavers.
There's a lot of fucking bones. I'll tell you that much. I can't tell you whether or not it's the same exact type of beaver as the rabbit, but there are. Look at the bones. Look at the bones. What do you guys do?
If there's
see what-
halfling bones in there, I want to stay away from the beaver.
Yeah, it's,
Do you look at the halfling like a halfling skull?
Yes, I see a halfling skull and decide I want no part of this beaver.
Well, it looks a lot like a halfling skull, but it's got sharper teeth.
So would it be a goblin skull?
Possibly.
Possibly.
You don't know of very many halflings that sharpen their teeth.
I mean, remember that one third cousin's nephew that I told you guys about?
Yes. Yes. He was born with sharp teeth, but he might have been part goblin. We're not sure. But his mom did like the exotic meats, so to speak.
Well, there just wasn't
So-
there was just something wrong with that kid.
Yeah, it was weird. He was weird. One eye always looking off to the side, sharp teeth. It's crazy.
That sounds like my ex-wife.
Oh, I can do something.
oh,
Well, when we talk about googly-eyed exes, JT, you said you could do something?
Yeah, I get a little curious. I'm gonna burn a spell here.
Okay.
So I have a spell called Restore Corpse.
Oh no.
Skeletal corpse grows flesh. We can find out what happened here.
Is it going to
If
come
you
back
guys
to
want
life?
to.
I like
Is
it.
it come back
Yeah.
to life, or do you just get to see what it is?
Let's
so
look
do you have
at
like
Well,
the
I
whole
don't know
corpse, or
the-
is it like a Yorick thing? Like you just pick up the skull, will ask for
It's a
Yorick, and then he
level
starts
1
talking back.
spell. I'm looking it up.
Me too.
But that's if you guys want to do that.
Oh yeah.
I mean, yeah, good idea.
Dwarven necromancer. Let's go.
I mean, yeah, as long as it doesn't turn into a zombie and eat us all with its sharp little teeth.
Yeah,
Oh, it's
possible.
just for animation purposes. So you can't
yeah,
animate it.
Can't talk to it.
No, it just makes it turns a skeleton into a zombie basically is the
Yep.
We
That-
could do that and then send it into the little beaver lair.
How are you going
Nah,
to control a
that's a
zombie?
spell
It
for
probably
that.
just wants to eat what little brains you have.
Never mind. Not gonna work. That's a bad idea.
Hmm.
Gore just wanted to kill a zombie.
Yeah, I just want to fuck something up, man. This is getting boring. Y'all are sitting
Well-
here staring at the skull rocks.
What if we make a
Ashfall
torch and you
somewhere.
throw one over there?
Yeah,
Well, I
Yeah,
mean,
Why you guys want to?
let's play some garbage ball.
You guys see all these bones? These beavers, or whatever's possessed the beavers, is obviously very powerful. But they keep winning. Why would you guys want
It's a good point.
to piss the beavers off?
well,
Fuck.
If we want to do something, let's plan it out. But let's not go throwing torches into beaver houses that obviously kill something.
Okay, that's a valid point.
well, and then the thing is that the druid is explaining to you guys that this is just not natural behavior, and if it's not
We must
natural
destroy it.
behavior, yeah, it needs to be destroyed if it's not natural behavior. That's all there is to that.
You're one of those purists. Okay.
Okay.
But
All right.
also,
well,
I made that nature check from earlier.
Also the thing is that beavers don't always just chop down trees to use them. Sometimes they find trees that are on the ground or something like that to use them. So they could have found these body parts as well.
A lot of body parts to just find.
It's
There
true.
could have
So-
been a war nearby.
So something is slaughtering other things.
So we either that or what else could be the case?
It's magical.
Evil beaver.
evil beavers.
Drowning?
Dun, dun, dun.
With that in
drowning.
mind, I will use a level 0 spell and cast Detect Magic.
Okay. What's the radius of that?
Huge.
Huge.
Bigly.
Miles.
Friggin' huge.
It's a bigly spell.
Nobody knows to direct.
It's a cone shape.
No one knows detect magic like he knows detect magic. He is the
He's got all sorts
bigliest
of
magic detector out there.
Bigliest detector of magic.
Bigliest detector of magic ever. Gore.
60 feet.
Gore, you and your brother's like talking. He kind of does this thing, and basically, Druid, you basically say, there's magic around us. For sure.
Magical brown eye? Got
There's
it.
magic around us for sure. Like, nothing directly magical. Like, there's not any items in the dam or made in the dam, you know, that are built into the dam that are magic. But there, you feel magic all around you. And, Gore, you in your feats are feeling that there is dwarvish stonework nearby. You feel it in your feet.
Okay, you've already said that there was no stone, that it was bones and branches.
Exactly.
So do we have stone or not?
You feel like there is some in your bones. In your bones, you feel stones.
Almost forgot about that.
But the dam itself has no stones. So both of you are under the impression that there is something funky going on. Something's rotten in Denmark, so to speak. But it's not Denmark. It is, this pond. This pond is Denmark. This is Denmark Pond. Well, no, maybe not.
All right. So, I would say that my brother and I would let the rest of the party know that there's fuckery abound.
Oh, yeah. I let everybody know for sure. There's magic about us.
And that down in my bone, pretty sure that there's...
And Gore's feeling his bone again.
Yep. I'm pretty sure it's not the Patsy this time. I think that there's some type of stone in the bone around us. I got a feet fetish somewhere in my feet.
All right.
As
It's
a
in
mother,
their
I'm
feet.
mortified.
So you guys are all kind of thinking that it has to do with this lodge in the middle. That's where everybody's kind of, getting the eerie feeling. Like you've got this dam here, you've explored the dam, you turn around, the dwarves know that there's something up, and then, here it is as you guys are talking about, like, what the fuck is going on? Here's this fucking lodge that you're looking at in the middle of this lake that is just... It's just not right.
I'd like to use a perception check again.
Okay. What are you looking for?
Unusual stonework.
Okay.
Traps, hidden doors, anything like that. I've rolled a 10, and then I get a... Let's see, so 5 is the modifier, and then it's +2 for the... +2 for the modifier, and 5 for perception. So
You said 7. Yeah. Okay. It doesn't feel like it's nearby you, but there's, like I said before, there's something telling you that there is dwarvish stonework nearby. It's not what you can see, and you definitely it's not the dam. But there's dwarvish stonework nearby. For sure.
Okay.
Anybody else? Any ideas?
Is he saying, like, are they discovering this and saying it out loud?
Yeah.
I am. Yeah. I'm blurting it out.
I'm like, sup, G?
I'm like,
All right,
oh,
well-
Gore, you feel that in your bones again?
There's dwarven around.
I love feeling it when dwarves are around.
I love feeling it in my bone.
Ooh, let's follow your clue.
Okay, what are you guys gonna do?
Dwarf clue.
You said we're on the edge of the forest, looking over.
Well,
The,
you've moved out of the forest. You're kind of down around the pond, right? The pond that was created by damming up this river. You're at the dam. You're looking across, the small pond that's been created from the dam, and you're seeing the lodge in the center.
So just flat grasslands, no like trees or anything.
No, not nearby. No.
Hey guys, what if we destroy the dam and drain this motherfucker?
I feel like we probably should.
Sounds like a terrible idea, but I'm kind of ready to see what happens if we do it.
Well,
Why don't we just explore the lodge?
I was gonna say we got some
'Cause
sneaky
it's in the
people.
middle of the lake.
Go do some recon.
And you can't swim?
Oh, I can swim, but you know how hard it is to fight when you're swimming?
Fair. Okay.
Yeah, my swimming has a modifier of -1, so might not be a good idea.
We could set the elf
I don't swim.
to do ranged attacks, and the rest of us stand guard just next to the dam that we're about to break so that we don't get washed away. And all of us
How are we gonna break the
ready to
dam?
fuck some shit up.
Why are we
I mean,
breaking
this
the
is
dam?
like
I'll smash that bitch with a great club, dude.
this dam is made out of great clubs.
Yeah.
Not like mine. I can feel it in my bone.
We're not talking about that great club.
Easy. Gee.
Okay, why don't? All right, so you guys are dead set on angering whatever it is that lives in that beaver hut, right? Is that what I'm getting from this? I want to be prepared this time because both
I think
past
we should
times
destroy
dwarves
it.
have almost killed me.
Yes.
We should destroy
Okay,
it.
The druid
Alright, so-
wants to purge the lands of whatever's doing this thing.
Whatever evil
all right.
permeates this forsaken place.
Oh, good hell.
Purging
Bruno.
Destroy
land. Got it. Fine. All right. I'm gonna go set up. So we're just in the middle of the grass. I mean, I've got no way to stealth, no way to remove myself from line of sight, right?
We could use the elf to set a trap to where whenever this big ass beaver and the baby beaver come out, they fucking trigger the trap and it makes the dam go away. What if we use
What
There's
kind of
no
trap?
real materials. Yeah, there's no materials to build a trap kind of right now. Nothing substantial anyway.
what do you need? What do you need for traps?
Well, I need branches and
That's it.
thin switches and stuff like that. Are you gonna go run back in the forest and get me all that stuff?
Why wouldn't that be in the dam if the dam's full of branches and bones?
When I imagine a dam, I think of like bigger, like interconnected logs and mud, and it being very solid and unable to be kind of like picked at. Or is this a hastily constructed dam that I can farm?
Does anybody have who has the highest perception? We should check the dam for anything that we can use to make a trap.
I have a +10.
Oh shit! It is on.
+12 if it's of dwarven make. I believe it's dwarven, something like that.
The answer to your question is there is a lot of mud and sediment buildup
Pretty
around
solid.
this dam. So
Okay.
It's strong.
Okay.
Gore mistook it for dwarven. It's so strong.
Okay.
Okay, well, since we're just gonna run all willy-nilly into this, we might as well just fucking bonsai, right? How about we freaking get in a formation with our healers behind us?
Mm-hmm.
I'll sit medium range with the druid since we're ranged attack, And, well, Gore, since it's your bright idea, you get to be the front lines.
Should we sacrifice a hork?
Why would we sacrifice a hork?
Well, because we could use
See what happens.
we could use the hork on the dam as bait.
That's a good idea.
Okay, but I want one hork.
We have
It is.
two, right? We have 2 horks right now.
Right.
Okay.
And since we don't have time for me to go hunt something,
Yeah.
this might be a good idea.
Is everybody in on that? Yeah.
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 So, do we want to destroy the dam with the hork near the dam?
I think
We're not going to destroy the dam.
Are out.
We're going to kill the hork and put it by close enough to the beaver lodge to garner attention from whatever's in there.
Do we want to kill it first, or do we want it alive so that the beaver?
Send it in live.
If I'm not mistaken, that would give us an opportunity attack, correct?
I want to
Yeah.
wound it.
If it happens.
I'm gonna hamstring it
Yeah. I like this idea.
You
so
guys
it can't
brutal.
like start running.
All right.
It's
All
a
right,
hork, it's
so
not
we're
going
gonna-
fast anyway.
We're gonna cut the hork's Achilles tendon on one leg and send him forward.
What the fuck?
I'm gonna have my brother throw a good berry right out that son bitch. But we don't want to use it.
No, I was just saying send him in live and let him go in. You know, I wasn't trying to.
Y'all are some sick fucks.
That's a
Jesus
bonding
Christ.
moment.
What?
Shit,
That's a brilliant fucking idea.
it is.
It's an
Opportunity.
orc. Have you really become attached to the orc?
Nope.
That's the most
That's why I'm
disgusting thing I've
totally
ever
okay with
heard
it.
of in my entire life.
This chick ain't even made breakfast for any of us yet. I don't think we can.
Jeez.
You guys don't know what an orc is. You've only ever heard of horks. Remember that.
But I say it with enough conviction that it's obvious it's a bad thing.
Right.
Send it
I
in.
mean, you still have a feeling that there's something wrong with the idea of a hork, but you know, I mean, as far as you guys know, they're shitty animals that you use on farms to ride around on. Like, you're literally talking about like taking a horse and leading it out onto like the water's edge and cutting its fucking legs off.
One Achilles tendon.
Just one leg.
Yeah.
Just one leg.
It's just one leg. Right.
Well, with any luck, we'll lure whatever's going to attack out. It will start trying to run. That will lure the attacker away from us.
Oh my god. Okay. All right. So
Does everyone agree?
I'm
Everyone?
concerned that the hork I'm riding is going to freak out when it sees what you're doing to this other hork.
Nah,
No.
I won't care.
We'll leave
I
your.
don't care.
Sure, you talk to it.
I say we leave the halfling's work alone because it gives her someone to talk to, other than us.
oh
Am I
goodness.
wrong? Am I wrong? I mean,
So apparently,
we just
I
got
failed
catch
on
up all
teaching
night.
any of my children empathy or compassion. Holy shit.
Gore, just go
I
follow.
don't have empathy and compassion for an orc.
A hork, excuse you.
Same diff. It's my preferred enemy. I feel nothing but blood rage against this animal, and I can't believe you guys have made me keep it for so long.
And he said I was fat, so I don't give a fuck.
And you guys do, you know, you do have to kind of question the idea of the heroics of having a hork as your favorite enemy. I mean, if we're picking something truly vicious as an enemy, we're going to pick the docile grass-eating mounts that people ride.
I should have known
You
better.
guys just don't get it. This isn't a normal orc.
And to be clear,
You'll see.
beforehand,
see.
they have no armor, right? The
No.
horses have no armor.
No, they have
They're basically new.
They have strange backpacks that have been fashioned into allowing, you know, stirrups for somebody that's the basic
And
size.
we've already checked the backpacks. There wasn't anything in them.
Yep.
For that. So
Yep.
fuck it. Let's send in the Hork.
Okay, so you guys
Good idea.
so it's the ranger and Gore lead this hapless Hork up to the fucking river's edge, and which one of you walks around
Choose to
behind him
watch.
to cut his leg?
I mean, I just have a club.
So
I can hit him in the leg a few times.
Oh no, you have a small, adventurer's knife, I'm sure.
Oh, so I need to do it, not the guy with arrows?
It's your freaking idea.
All right. I would like to. Do I have a small knife?
yes.
DM? All right. I would like to roll
Use a club.
to slice the Achilles tendon of the Hork.
Okay, go ahead.
My case.
Roll your.
And to be clear, we are ready to run like a motherfucker just as soon as this Hork starts screaming and freaking the fuck out.
Okay, all right.
Shit. I got a 2.
Okay, so you're not quite familiar with where the Achilles tendon is. You thought you were 100% certain it was behind the knee. That was where you were told Achilles was a tendon existed. So you slash, but you didn't even really hit it behind the knee. You hit it about mid calf. And it squeals and starts hopping away from you as fast as it can, holding on to its calf. But it's squealing and it's hopping away on one foot as far as it can from you.
Okay.
And
Time
it's
to
just
go.
Yep. So we're gonna run back to the party. We sprint back.
leaving it hopping around.
Fuck yeah.
Okay. So it's hopping away from you as fast as it can go. It's hopping away from the group. You guys all run scary back to the party, and everybody like kind of ducks down. And they're all kind of looking around, and you're watching this Hork hopping up and down. And then pretty soon it kind of just looks at its leg, and it's kind of like, oh. And it kind of gets this sad look on its face, and then it kind of just sits down and looks around and starts picking up grass and stuffing it into its mouth. Make a perception check. Everybody roll. Everybody make a perception check.
Oh,
Okay.
fuck off.
I got an 18.
Okay.
Got a
That's good.
26.
14.
Okay. That's
Oh,
good.
wait, perception plus 5.
Oh, wait.
19. I got 19.
So,
Perception.
What'd you get, Tessa? 2?
With my modifier.
The water looks like
16.
water.
well,
Definitely water.
actually, see, that's what's funny is because
Oh no.
you step out after seeing this poor Hork and seeing that, it's got this look on its face. It's just been stabbed by one of its friends, like it thought you guys were its friend. You've been taking care of it for days. It doesn't know one of you from another one of you. It just all of a sudden somebody just stabbed it in the back of the leg. And it's just sitting there sad, and you've had enough. So you step forward, and you turn around, and you start lecturing the group. And you're like, I can't believe you did that to that little Hork. You see what he blah, 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 and you're just bitching at him. You're just... Blah, 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 blah. Meanwhile, the rest of the party sees from the lodge 2 big swirling kind of things of water, like moving towards the sound of the Hork. And then several, in fact, half a dozen smaller little streams of water going towards the edge of the shore. Towards the Hork.
Ah,
Guys.
You interrupt me. Fuck you guys. I can't believe you did that to that Hork.
Mom!
It was a poor innocent orc who was just eating grass, and you hurt the fuck out of him for nothing, and you didn't even hit the Achilles heel right.
I said we
Mom.
run like a motherfucker and leave Mom behind. I think it's time to sacrifice a member of the party for the greater good.
I'll
I'll roll on this
What?
right now. I'm
To be-
fucking dead serious.
To be clear, you want to sacrifice your fucking healer.
Yes. The healer about to get us fucked up and die first, just like the last time.
You're the one who
know
cut
why.
the fucking hork. You want to talk about fucking up and getting us fucked up and die first. You didn't even cut in the right place.
My
Talking
brother
about
can
how
heal. My brother can heal. We're good.
your brother can create fucking good berries and only like 3 times a day. Your brother can
Yeah.
fucking heal. What the fuck ever.
Once we leave your
also
ass,
not
there's only
running.
3 other party members, so...
I'm also not running.
Oh, we...
Barbarians don't run, neither do dwarves.
I say, fuck that right now. This dwarf found out
Apparently
he can
everybody's a
fucking
fucking
die.
coward
Has
as
to
well as
roll
an
a new
asshole.
goddamn roll a new fucking character.
So we do it smart. Let's see what comes out of here. Let's get out of the water.
Can we throw mom into
Not
the
in the
water?
We're not sacrificing anybody.
Fucking
Gora,
Okay,
asshole.
all right, all right.
Okay. So is she like able to be reasoned with, or is it just
Role play it with her.
I would like to roll to get Mom's attention, to get her to turn around and see that she needs to come back away from the water.
Good call.
Okay.
Okay?
Do you
Like,
have?
diplomacy?
Do you have?
I'm just
What's?
letting nature
Do you
take
have
its
a charisma?
Fucking Darwinism at its finest.
I'd like to roll
You're
charisma.
like so willing to throw away your fucking mother. Like, Jesus Christ, where's the love?
So your charisma's not very high, Case?
No, well, I don't know, 14.
Nature.
Oh, that's not bad. Go ahead
Mine's
and
a
roll a
7.
charisma check.
Okay, so I got a 16
She's
on my
very.
roll. Do I
She,
need to use my modifier?
no, just I will say that you've got her attention. So now all you need to do is role play between the two of you and determine if you can get mom.
What
You've got her attention.
Do you want?
There's something behind you. You need to get away from the water.
Oh, shit. Okay.
All right, so you guys turn around and you get mom facing the right direction, of course, and you get her facing the right direction, which is over there towards the hork, and the 2 bigger streams of water erupt, and 2 of the biggest fucking beavers you've ever seen come out of the water. Here's the thing. You can see their rib cages. You can see part of their skulls. You can see part of the bones of their legs.
Do you mean like we can see physically,
beavers?
or they're super skinny?
Zombie beavers.
There's zombie
Holy
beavers.
shit.
And they just pounce on that poor hork that was sitting there eating grass. And you can hear his bones breaking, and he'd squeal just a little bit before it's over quick.
Mm-hmm.
And the smaller little waves come up, and it's baby zombie beavers. And there's 6 of them, and they just swarm the body of the hork as well. And you can hear the crunching and the breaking of bones and the snapping of tendons, and it's just nasty. And of course, Druid.
Nice.
Druid.
Sorry.
That's undead, Druid. That is not nature.
Time for me to go to work.
All right. Let's roll initiative, everyone. Attack of the zombie beavers.
Oh, Christ.
Because what type of GM would be if I didn't have you all attacked by zombie beavers? I'm just saying.
They got us attacked by zombie beavers. Let's be honest.
Yeah, it's true.
17?
What'd you get, Jesse? 17?
17.
Okay. Who's next? What'd you get, Andrew?
5.
I rolled a 14, but I didn't hear what you said the modifier would be.
It should be
Dexterity.
on your character sheet, and it is under
Oh.
initiative. So it's
Initiative.
on the
Okay.
Towards the top.
right
Top
column
left.
towards the top.
So
So
mine Jade is a 22 now. Sorry.
I just got a 14 then. I have no initiative.
Okay.
Breakfast might have helped with that, Mom.
JT got a 5.
5.
Girls, halfling
10.
10 and
I have a 7 total.
okay. All right, so that would be Jesse, Andrew, JT. Oops, sorry. Tesla. Casey. JT. And the zombies coming in with a whopping 4. Which was good for you guys. Trust me. Okay,
Nobody's
okay.
trying back this time.
Okay, okay. Jesse, you're up first. What do you do?
All right.
The zombie beavers have attacked.
Zombie beavers. First and foremost, is there no area that I can attempt to stealth in and fire kind of from the shadows?
There is not really anything that you could do to fire from the shadows. They're kind of on the bank.
Right.
They're kind of on the bank in front of you, and you guys are kind of on the dam, kind of half concealed, but not really. Like, not really.
Would he get
Okay.
a benefit from riding one of the one remaining Hork?
Yeah, but you'd have to talk
I don't
that.
want anything
You'd have
to do
to.
with that.
You'd have to talk the halfling out of that. That's the halfling's work.
Okay.
Okay. Let's see. Then I am going to, with my roll, I'm going to deadly aim.
Okay.
So I've got
I'm going to wonder what the fuck I did with my
Plus-
pencil. That's what I'm going to do. Where's my
how many feet away are we from these guys?
I'm going to say 60 feet.
60 feet.
Did
Okay.
you say
So I'm
60
still
or
at a plus.
6-0. 6-0. So that would be if you have a movement of medium size, you move 4 squares. So this would be 6 squares away. Unless you have something like the halfling has, which is allows her to move faster.
Okay. So yeah, I'm going to deadly aim. Up to 100 feet, I have plus 9.
Okay.
Nice.
So
Nice.
I'm going to subtract 2 from that 9 and make it a 7, which will then give me plus 4 damage.
Roger that. Go
All
for
right.
it.
13, 7, 20.
Your arrow goes zinging into one of the beavers. You didn't really tell me which one you were deadly aiming at. I'll just assume it was the closest one
right.
to you. And you hear it go
Closest
snick.
one, I guess.
You hear it go snick off of the bone, and it goes flying off to the side. It doesn't appear to have done any damage to it. Andrew.
Motherfucker.
It does spin though, and look at you.
Great.
Huge beaver teeth.
The elf just pissed it off. Okay. All right.
Whoops. Andrew, your turn. You die. Next person's turn. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Okay. I will fucking wreck this place.
Hold on. You just saw the beaver take an arrow right between like where it should have gone, and it just bounce off and do nothing.
Mhm. Right. So, and it's looking at me now.
Let's look in the direction of the party now.
Just one, or did they all kind of flip around?
Just
Or
that
the
one.
other one's still eating?
How big are the big beavers in comparison to our size? Are they big for a beaver?
They're big
Or
for
are
a
they
beaver.
big like our size?
I mean, beavers are big animals, you know, like they're not little teeny. But these, if you know beavers, the way I know beavers, this is a huge beaver.
Okay. And right now it's all 5 of us are in the same area, right? Healers in the back, everyone else in the front.
Yes.
I mean, okay, so I'm going to move forward towards them.
Anything? Okay, so you could do that as a partial action, or you could do a full movement, which would bring you into contact with them. But
Well,
you
my
wouldn't.
my walking speed is only 20 feet, so I would have to do that twice to be close enough to touch them, right?
Right, and you would need to charge. So you can charge. You can run, which would double that.
Mm-hmm.
But that would be your full action. So unless you have the charge feat, you wouldn't be able to charge them and attack them. But
Yeah,
you
I don't want to attack them. I just want to cut the distance in half.
Okay, so walking is a partial action. There's something else that you can do that's a partial action that's really beneficial while you're walking towards them. I can give you a hint.
Oh, I'm going to intimidate them. No?
You can
Was that not
intimidate.
You need a weapon.
You're gonna intimidate a zombie beaver?
Fuck yeah, with me and my break.
This is a guy with a great idea of, slicing a hork's calf. So
I've never done this shit before.
Hey, it worked.
So
It was
the hint I will give you is a scene from a movie. And at one
Oh, I
point,
narrowed it down.
they are standing there, and this particular character says, "Well, that's my secret. I'm always angry," and then does something, and that's what you should do.
I don't know.
So it doesn't
I
take
need,
your next
I need to ask
turn.
my brother. Should I do the rage?
you're a
Or
barbarian. That's like
great.
all you do. That is your entire point. It's like wizards warlocks with hexblade. What is it?
oh my god, I'm so sick of Discord. Guys.
Honestly, I think it's your computer.
I mean, Andrew never has problems with his
Did
computer.
you build that one, Andrew? Is that one of your personal builds?
Did you build it by yourself?
Nice, dude. Nice.
I don't know. What do you guys think? Should we just straight attack, or
60% of the time it works.
or are we gonna want to run from the?
I think
Well, your Healy's
I
alive.
think-
He can help you.
well, JT our druid is adamant about removing zombie beavers from the world,
That's true.
and
Yeah, rage.
I'm scared shitless now because I just put a perfect arrow into one, and the arrow bounced off, and did nothing.
All I'm hearing is that this is Gore's time to once again prove himself to be the party's hero.
I mean, don't we have somebody in party that, I don't know, might have some kind of idea about zombies? Or
Oh,
is that
clerics
lost
are very
knowledge?
good against undead.
Huh.
Yeah, Mom, do you know anything
But
about
I'm saying,
zombies?
like,
Don't we have somebody that can give me speed?
But if I can
Who
touch it, I can learn about it.
Who was it that could give me speed?
I
I
can
can do lots of things. Yeah, I'm
Oh,
looking.
So-
he can, yeah.
With speed, would I have enough whatever fucking things here to?
You're gonna get pounced on by 6
Yeah.
baby
It's not
zombie
my turn.
beavers.
I want
my
to
turn.
rush forward, and I want to fucking do one of those badass spinny moves, and I want to smash a baby beaver back to these guys.
It's not my
Just
turn.
one.
We're gonna die.
So okay, so I'm gonna rage. That takes a turn, right?
Uh-huh.
There we go.
Okay, so I'm gonna rage.
Okay. Good. Tesla.
All that for the DM to go.
Who has the lowest AC?
All right.
Well,
Excuse-
actually, I'm not even concerned about that. He's just raging, right? He hasn't run up yet.
Nope. Yeah, he's.
All right. I'm gonna give him like this big
It's a
old
part.
motherly
Is it
love,
a?
and
Is
then
it a partial action to rage or a full action, barbarians? I don't have your character sheets. In front of me.
You had told us last with the spiders it was a full action.
Yeah, it's a full action. Okay.
But you might want to look it up because I don't know that you looked it up then.
Okay.
Well,
so,
if you look
Your
at like what
character
the
sheet
app
will tell
says,
you.
yeah, your character
Look at
sheet
your
says it
character
right
sheet.
there. It says it.
yeah, but it doesn't specifically say in the
It says it's
character
a
Okay.
sheet.
standard
But when
standard
you
normal
look at the
action.
feat information on that app, it actually says that you can go berserker for an attack. So I think that makes it sound
standard
like you can do
standard
both.
normal action. You can walk forward
Yep.
and rage at the same time.
Yes.
Oh,
but you can't
okay.
rush forward and rage. Okay, Roger. So
Okay, cool.
you have
You're
walked.
raging as you're heading forward.
You're walking forward
Yeah.
20 feet and raging, just like that scene in the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, Tesla, what you doing?
Alright. So I'm gonna run up, catch up to him, give him a big old motherly hug, and cast Shield of Faith.
And Shield of Faith does
Plus
Right.
2 to his AC
+2 to his armor class. Do you hear that, Andrew?
for a minute.
No.
So that means that you need to understand on your temporary score that you have a +2 to your armor class. Because when I go to attack you, I'm going to go off of what you tell me.
Okay.
Okay. That brings us to Casey, the halfling.
Yes.
What are you doing?
Okay, so are there any beavers nearby me?
They are 60 feet away. There's one that is turning and hissing. And you just watched the dwarf growl, do his battle rage. His mom heals or touches him. Glowing energy comes out of her hands, envelops him. And he's heading forward.
Okay. So I'm on my hork, and I would also like to rage toward the beaver that is hissing at me
Okay?
and go in that general direction.
Okay. Now, because you're on your hork can
What I'm going
easily...
to do ferocious mount.
What's that?
Ferocious mount?
Yeah, he's your mount, so you can actually rage and still move 40 feet forwards if you want. But if you move 40 feet forwards, you're going to be attacked before Andrew is.
Sure, why not?
Why wouldn't you? I love it. So, Mom, as you heal, or as you buff Andrew, you see the halfling go screaming by you, charging and raging. Because, of course, that's
Leroy Jenkins.
All right, that brings us to JT. JT, it's your turn. What are you going to do?
Berserker's charging forward.
Both of them, yep. Well, one of them's walking forward and raging, and it now has a slightly magical tint about him. The other
he
one
has a shield
on the
on.
hork charged forward.
Yeah, well, how far away are the zombies?
60 feet.
They're at 60 feet. Okay, so next round he will reach them.
Yes.
Where was that? There it is. As Andrew goes running by me, I'm gonna.
Andrew's
pat
not
him on
running.
the shoulder.
Andrew's walking
Okay.
and raging. The hork and the halfling on the back of the hork is raging, and the hork went full speed towards them.
Okay.
Never go full Leroy Jenkins. Ever. That's a bad call.
Druids are not quite as adept at dispatching undead, it seems. guess in that case, I am going to take this time to turn my great club into a shillelagh.
All right. You have yourself a shillelagh.
Magical +1/+1 weapon. And you said there wasn't much for cover around here, right?
No. You're pretty much on the beach of the pond.
In the open. Okay. In that case, can I make a perception check to see if I can notice, because of my knowledge of stonework, I know about pinions and cornerstones and possibly weak points in structures. I would have a basic knowledge of architecture. From what I'm able to see from my vantage point, I want to see if there's any possible sorts of weaknesses or something in the workmanship of the dam that points a weakness.
Okay. You can roll for that.
That was a lot, I know.
I love it.
So, my perception of noticing unusual, would this be considered unusual stonework? No, there's no stone here. So regular perception is still a +10. I'll roll up here. So 1d 17.
You do not notice any weak points in the structure of the dam. The dam seems like it is built very, very solid.
Pretty well, huh?
Yep.
This is a solid structure.
Almost like an animal has evolved for millions of years to build dams. It's weird.
Must have learned it from dwarves, probably.
But, yeah, it's probably a dwarven beaver, for all you know.
It's a dwarf beaver. Yes,
It might be a dwarvish beaver.
Tis a dwarvish beaver.
It's a dwarvish
Stonework
beaver.
is so good.
You can tell it's a dwarvish beaver from the beard. No?
Obviously.
Okay. You know what? If my dad jokes
Hangs
can't make
past
you
the
guys
lips.
laugh, I don't know what we're going to do as a future as a gaming group here if you don't laugh at my dumb puns, okay?
I mean, we're just waiting for a good one.
Oh. Shit.
Oh, that's what your mom said about
I'll be right back.
orgasms. What?
Yeah. Dude.
All right. So, we got a shillelagh.
got
We got
Andrew.
beavers. Beavers time. Beavers turn. All right. So, the beavers all win you're just laughing at the fact that there's zombie beavers, aren't you, Tesla?
Definitely not a side conversation going.
The beavers do hear the dwarves going into their battle rages. They do look up from the dead horse, and they do turn and begin charging. So they all charge the nearest enemy, which is the halfling. However, as far as the charging is concerned, halfling, only one beaver will be able to make it to you and attack you in the distance this time around. And that was the one that noticed you already. So basically, this one is charging because it noticed you charging forward, and the others pick up their heads and start charging. For those of you that watched the hork get eaten, you have the distinct feeling that your halfling friend is not far behind such a fate. What is your armor class, halfling?
I mean, she's riding breakfast, so...
My armor class is 19 total.
Okay. So you, this beaver starts charging you, and it comes at you, and right when it pounces, you just kind of push the head of your hork forward and duck forward, and the hork goes down, and it jumps right over the top of you guys and lands on the ground behind you.
Was this one of the large beavers or one of the smaller
Yep,
beavers?
this is a big one. This is a
Aha!
big.
Apparently
Right.
we're dodged.
All right, Jesse, you're up.
What did I miss?
I dodged the beaver.
She dodged a vicious, rotten.
Vicious zombie beaver attack.
Yes, which
Okay.
you know, all of us have done at some point in our lives. To be completely honest.
The halfling went full Matrix mode on it.
Yeah. It's your turn, Jess.
Okay. So
So now
there's
there's
still 6 baby.
so the halfling is 40 feet in front of you. and the zombie beaver is on your side of that halfling. The other zombies are coming after the halfling, and they're an additional 20 feet in front. They are going to hit her next round. So there is one adult beaver that is in between you and the halfling. There is one adult beaver on the other side of the halfling, and all 6 baby beavers are kits. Baby beavers are called kits, by the way.
Like,
just in case you guys didn't care to know that, baby beavers are called kits. Just, because I'm all about useless information. When I decided to
does anybody have the ability to ignite? Like, is that something somebody can do?
Yeah,
I've got a
like you could ignite one of my arrows.
The dwarf can make anything magical. Make it
I
dwarven.
can do spark out of my hand.
I can do spark too, yeah.
But that's probably not enough to light an arrow on fire, right?
It literally says light something on fire, so I would assume so.
Oh. Jade?
I mean, if your arrow was properly prepared, if you had the head of the arrow right just behind it was, wrapped with some, flammable cloth, yeah, that would work for sure.
Right. Is it going to take me a whole turn to prep an arrow?
Yes. Yes, it would take you a turn to prep an arrow. Yes.
Okay.
Would that only prep one arrow or all of his arrows?
Would prep only one arrow.
Motherfucker.
Right.
Well, if a turn takes about a second, I mean, it's still being pretty generous that he could wrap an arrow and have it ready to go in a second.
Oh,
but I mean,
okay, for sure. All right, yeah, I'm gonna prep. I'm gonna pull some cloth off of my Patsy's shirt, wrap it around an arrow with I don't know, some twine that I've been carrying around in my ranger pack of things that I find along the way that are meaningless and insignificant to everybody else but me.
All right, fair enough. That would bring us to Tesla. Your turn.
Okay. I'm just gonna follow right up behind the little halfling. I'm gonna kiss my hand and then put it on her leg while she's up on the hork, so I can give her Shield of Faith as well, +2 to her AC.
Okay, you got that, Casey?
+2.
+2 to your AC. Make sure that you know that. So when I call for your AC, I'm attacking you at the right amount. Okay, so that means, Tesla, that means you're up there. You've moved up.
I'm standing behind her, for what it's worth. But I am up there, yes.
Did I skip Andrew? I skipped Andrew. Andrew, your turn.
Mm-hmm. Where am I at?
You are... There is a beaver that just jumped over the halfling that is right next to you. I mean, it is jumped over the halfling, and it's kind of like spinning, like sliding and spinning to a stop to turn around and attack the halfling from behind. But it's right there.
I would like to turn this into zombie beaver garbage ball and use it as an attack on the other large beaver as well.
I like it.
I'm going to smash one big ass beaver right into the rest of them.
Okay.
Like garbage ball bowling.
I love it. I love it. Smash the beaver. Roll your attack.
19.
That was your roll?
Oh, yeah. So wait, though.
So remember your temporary strength score and your bonus to hit with that club.
So yeah, my attack bonus with the club is +4. And it's strength, right? Or is it melee?
It's your whatever your temporary strength bonus is, and then if you're specialized in a club.
Oh
So-
yeah, my temporary strength bonus is
Should be +3, I believe.
4.
Is it 4? Okay.
a +4 morale bonus to your strength. So it's +4, right?
Okay, so that adds that's how you factor your temporary score. So I believe your strength is a 13, if I remember right.
So I'm sorry to stop everybody here. Do these skills also rank up when you rank up?
Your
If you put points in
attributes. Yeah, at level 4 you'll get 1 attribute point that you can put in anywhere.
So I ranked up to 3, but I'm noticing now on 3 it says you can enter rage as a free action.
There you go. See, so that's important to know. Yeah.
But it didn't say that before.
Yeah, probably didn't.
Yeah,
That's probably your thing. So you could have charged forward and raged as a free action now.
Okay.
But you couldn't do that last time around.
But now it also says, so that you're aware, it says while in rage you cannot use any charisma, dexterity, or intelligence-based skills.
It makes sense. Yeah, you're pissed.
Okay.
So here's how you factor in your temporary score.
19. Mm-hmm.
So your temporary score, your strength is 13 base, correct?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so your +4 morale bonus that you receive creates a strength of 17.
And then plus my great club power attack.
So your 17 is a +3 to strength. So your morale bonus increases your actual attribute, but your strength is then a +3. That's why you have to understand your temporary scores. So your bonus is a +3 plus if you're specialized in the club, which I don't know if you put any points into your club.
Yeah. Fuck yeah, I did. I got a +4 attack bonus on that bitch.
Okay. All right. Very good.
Do the damn thing. And it says 20 over ×2 for critical. I don't know what that means.
Yeah, so if you roll a natural 20 on your dice and then you roll again and confirm the hit, that means you do double damage or I draw a card.
Oh, cool. Okay.
Okay, so we're good. You did hit it. Go ahead and do damage.
And that's a D10, right?
D10 plus 3.
Sorry, one sec, guys. There we go. Okay. I got a 6, so +3 is 9.
Okay. You swing the club down and you hit that fucker right in the side of the head. And it cracks. You can hear the bone cracking, and it just kind of turns its head to the side, and then it turns back and goes.
I didn't send that motherfucker sailing. It was able to stand still.
Oh, yeah. And it looks upset with you.
Shit.
All right. Casey, your turn.
Okay, what am I looking at?
You are looking at, in front of you, a swarm of beavers. There's one adult and 6 babies coming at you.
Okay.
There's one that went over the top of you that you hear Gore engaging behind you. Like he's attacking it.
Okay.
So it's up to you whether or not you want to help Gore or whether or not you want to continue your forward onslaught.
How close is so the adult beaver's in front of me, then the 6 babies are right behind it, right?
Yep. And they're all coming towards you.
How close is that adult one that's in front of me?
It is 20 feet in front of you.
Okay, so I should probably try and attack that one.
Okay. Go ahead.
Okay. What do I do here? Am I still doing the rage with the...
So you're going to get your whatever your strength bonus is. I think your strength is the same as Andrew's, correct?
It's a 12, yeah.
So you go up to 16, which is actually still a +3 bonus.
Yeah.
16 and 17 is +3, 18 is +4.
Okay.
Every even number, it goes up a point.
Okay.
All right. So, yes, I would like to use my axe to try and come down on this beaver's skull and see if I can kill it.
I like it. I like it. You're going after the adult, correct?
Yes, I'm going after the adult.
Okay.
So, let's see here. Here's my axe. So it's a 1d4.
You have to roll to hit it first. You need to roll a d20, and then you need to add 3, and then add 2 more for being up above it.
Okay.
So
The
add
d20
5.
is a 15, plus 3 is 18, and then plus 2, you said?
Mm-hmm.
So 20 altogether.
Okay, you swing your axe down onto the adult, and it hits the skull, but it kind of bounces your axe off of the skull. So you do not hit it.
Shit! It's angry!
JT, you're up.
How, so
You have your mighty glowing shillelagh in your hand.
Yep. So I'm also going to start casting, where to go? Might as well get this going now. Flaming Sphere. A burning globe of fire rolls in whichever direction that I point, and it burns whatever it strikes. It's a 5-foot diameter sphere.
Correct. And
We're just going to have angry fucking fireballs chasing us at that point, JT.
It can't be any worse than it is now.
It is.
I'm actually going to use the flaming sphere on their lodge.
Okay.
I'm going to try and split them up.
What's your distance from it?
Let's take a look.
I think we should fucking just hand over the other hork and run like motherfuckers. 4 of us have attacked. We've had 4 failures.
Well, you hit it.
Yeah, and it just stared at me.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
It moves 30 feet per round. So I can move it wherever I can see.
So it will take you 3 rounds to get the flaming sphere on top of their lodge, if that's what you want to do.
You could put that around your teammates.
It's not big enough.
Oh, fuck.
It's 5 foot.
Just a little. It's like a bowling ball. Well, bigger than a bowling ball.
It's 5 foot. It's like a
That
person size.
Yeah, that
A
he can just
5-foot bowling ball.
that he can control, as long as he concentrates and move it where he wants.
Is there concentration? That's
You-
fine. I've got combat casting.
You have to keep concentrating on the flaming sphere to keep it in play. But you can move it once you cast it. You can move it 30 feet based on what you want to do. So you can like have it torching something for a while, and then move it to another target and torch something else.
Dang, it's 90 feet away, huh?
The lodge is, yes.
Well, no, I'm not going to do that then. My intention was to put it right on him. I don't want to wait 3 rounds to have to put that on him. But range here says medium, 100 feet plus 10 feet per level.
So you should be able to cast it on the lodge and not have to move it. You would just have to concentrate on the lodge
Excellent.
long enough for it to catch fire. So you can make the initial sphere appear within 100 feet of yourself, and then you can move it 30 feet. If I'm
130
understanding,
feet, and then I can move it 30 feet, yeah.
if I'm understanding correctly, yeah. So you
Correct.
could cast it right on the lodge. You just have
Woo,
to.
that's what we're doing.
You just have to wait for it to catch fire. And I will let
Good start.
I will let you be the determiner of how many rounds it will take for it to catch fire. So roll a d4.
Well,
and
I
add-
don't have to stay concentrated to keep it going. It just stops moving if I stop concentrating.
What's the duration of it? I believe it specifically says in the spell somewhere that it will
1 round a level, so this will be up for. I can keep this up for 3 rounds.
3 rounds, but I'm pretty sure you have to. Well, pretty sure you have to concentrate to keep it up. I'm pretty sure. I think it says so in the spell description. I mean, it could be.
It just winks out. It winks out if it exceeds my range.
Oh, okay. So for 3 rounds, it'll be there. Roll a d4.
It can be extinguished.
Okay, roll a d4 and add 1 to it because that's how many rounds it's going to take for that thing to catch fire on the lodge.
Oh. Hmm. Four.
Okay. So you're going to have to concentrate for an extra round, right?
I guess. I didn't think I had to concentrate.
If you need to keep it alive for 4 rounds, right?
Sure. Yeah, sounds good.
Okay. All right, zombie beavers. Zombie beavers attack on... Dun, 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 dun. Gore, what's your armor class?
12 now, right now. What's the modifier?
Yeah, +2.
Okay. The zombie beaver clacks its teeth at you and misses. But you do not want those gigantic beaver teeth getting a hold of you. Just the sound of it clicking together when it missed you, that was not good. Case.
Yes.
You're about to be swarmed. My lovely niece, who I love so much. What's your armor class?
With the spell that Mom cast, is that still effective?
Yes.
Yeah, it's for a minute.
Yeah, so it's 5 rounds per minute, so it'll
21?
be good pretty much through the whole combat.
21, I think.
21?
I don't like that sound.
Well, the good thing is nothing's hitting you. The adult jumps up at you and smacks its teeth together, and you can hear them clank together too. It's not cool. You're lucky you're raging, or you would probably be afraid. And the little beavers are just jumping over you like the babies are just as vicious, but they're missing you. Unfortunately, they're not missing your hork. And your hork is now bleeding profusely and falling to the ground. Unalive.
Okay. Unalive.
Unalive. Let's bring up Jesse. It is your turn. You have just watched the dwarf smack the same beaver that you shot with the arrow, and seemed to have a very similar effect as you had on the beaver. And then you just watched the halfling go down in a swarm of undead beavers. It is your turn. You have your arrow ready to go.
Who is the cleric is next to me, and the druid, with the druids concentrating on the flame.
Yep, the
flame
druid.
ball.
There's no concentration for this spell. It's a bonus action to move it.
The druid is basically using one action to move his fireball in the same position that it was, because that's what he needs to get that thing to catch fire.
Mm-hmm.
So nobody, or is the cleric? Can the cleric spark my arrow on fire?
If you make a charisma check and she does it, yes, absolutely.
Oh boy!
Before you make that decision, I'm gonna throw out there. I only have a couple spare slots left, and I realized that I can hide us from undead, so we do have a running option. I can make it so they can't see, hear, or smell us, and then we could book it.
Interesting.
So do you want to shout out to the cleric to light your arrow?
We're just not doing any damage against these people. Okay, so oh man. The halfling's 40 feet from me. The dwarf is 30 feet from me, right?
The dwarf and its beaver are 25 to 30 feet.
Damn. Okay.
The halfling is in a swarm of undead right now.
Right.
Beaver pile.
She's in a pile of beavers. Which in this particular case, it's not that cool. It's not nearly as cool as you would think it would be.
It's not as cool as it sounds. I want to. So when we started this whole campaign, we had lost any kind of like previous knowledge that we had about kind of the world around us, right? Anything in. Basically, I'm asking if I ask the druid what we should do about undead beavers, he's gonna have no clue as to like what an undead beaver is, right?
You wouldn't know unless you asked him. But I mean,
well,
it's definitely.
I mean, is that part of the? Yeah.
I mean, undead is undead, right? Like, they're a terrible, terrible thing that's completely unnatural. So,
yeah. Right.
Everybody knows that.
Okay, I'm just wondering because it was like I barely knew about orcs. But...
Well, that could be a different instance altogether. You don't know yet.
Okay. Yes, I am going to yell at the cleric to light my arrow on fire.
Okay.
It's a level 0 spell, right? You can cast that.
I think I'm
without affecting.
Times I can use a level 0 spell.
Yeah, but that should be like 5 or 6 as opposed to a level 1 spell, right?
I only have 4 for my 0 and 4 for my 1. But I think I have a level 2 spell, and I don't really see any need for me to use my level 2, so give me just a second to find it.
But you can drop any spell
Okay,
to
so you
cast a healing spell, correct?
What?
You can drop any spell to cast a healing spell. A cleric can drop any. That's just a cleric ability. You can use.
Son, where'd you find this?
It doesn't go against my slots if I use a healing spell?
No, you can just drop any spell that you have prepared for a healing
Switch
spell.
them out.
Oh.
You can default. So, like, you don't ever have to have a healing spell prepared as a cleric. You just drop whatever spell you've had prepared.
Replace it.
And have a healing spell. So, like, if you have Cure Light Wounds, and say you have 4 level 1 spells, you can have all 4 of those level 1 spells be Detect Magic, Detect Traps, whatever. But when you need a heal, you just drop one of them and heal.
Oh, okay.
And same thing with level 2. Instead of Cure Moderate Wounds, you have, X spell memorized or whatever, and then you can just drop that one for a healing spell. Whenever you need to. That's one of the things that made clerics so bad.
I'll spark his arrow.
Okay, well, let's make a communication checks. Roll a charisma check there, Elf. Make sure that she knows it.
Oh,
she hears you.
This is gonna go real bad. Oh yeah. 11.
I was saying you needed a 10, so you had a 50-50 chance that she was listening. All right. So she was listening. Fair enough. Go ahead and remove your spell, and she will light your... You're going to do that for your action, Tesla?
Keep fighting these things, or are we going to try to run?
No, I mean, are you going to use... I mean, you're going to use this spell. It's pretty much...
I know, that's why I'm trying to decide.
It's going to be your action.
If we run right now, the halfling is as good as Beaver Chow.
Absolutely.
I mean, and maybe the dwarf too, depending on what that adult zombie beaver does.
Do I really need all my children?
Wow, you better remember that.
Dude, Andrew's camera was closed. I was just getting ready to switch over at him. He had this look on his face like, and his camera was frozen.
Oh my god. Yeah. Fuck it, I'll take my action and spark him.
Okay. All right. Jesse, go ahead and roll your attack to hit. And which one are you? Just to clarify, which one are you shooting?
Right.
The one that the dwarf is fighting, or the big one that's on the halfling?
I feel like there's no saving the halfling at all. I mean, 6 plus 1 zombie beavers. Yikes. It's going to be rough. I'm going to take the one that's... No, you know what? I'll shoot at the big one that's on the halfling. So it's still within my 100 feet. Oh. Now, do I want to... Yeah, I'm just going to fire normally. So plus 9. 13.
You rolled a 13 total? Or you rolled a 4 and you added 9 to it?
Right.
Okay, so you missed. Roll another 20-sider.
Wonderful.
You missed with the flaming arrow. Roll another 20-sider.
18. Where was that?
It's not quite a fumble. You didn't hit the halfling with the fire arrow while you're shooting into the group. So you didn't do that, but you did happen to hit one of the baby beavers on the other side.
Oh, nice.
So go ahead and roll your damage, and then give me a percentile roll. And you need to get... You can call high or low when you roll your percentile. But your chance...
Okay, damage is... What's that?
Go ahead.
Damage is a 4. And then a percentile on what dice?
Call it high or low. You would use both 10-siders on that.
Okay.
And
high or low means what now?
So what I'm saying is that a wet animal to ignite on fire is a very low percentage. So I'm going to say that you have a 5% chance to actually ignite it on fire. So you need to call high or low, which means you're either looking for a 95 plus if you call high, or you call low and you're looking for 5 or less. Doesn't matter.
And I have to hit that number on 2 d10s?
Yep. Pretty hard to do.
Shit.
Pretty hard to light a wet undead animal on fire.
What do you guys think? Over or under?
Over.
Over.
Over it is. Come on, 96.
Come on, man.
52.
All right. So the arrow thunks into the undead beaver, but the fire quickly is extinguished by the dampened remains of its flesh.
But the beaver doesn't seem at all phased that there's now an arrow in it.
Not a bit. Andrew, you're up.
All right, I'm going to attack the big beaver again, this time going for a headshot directly down. I want to crush its skull
I love it. I love it.
rather than try to send it anywhere.
So you're adding a total of 4, 5, 6, 7 to your attack roll?
7. Yep.
Okay. Go ahead.
17.
You hit
So
it.
24. So
You
24.
You did it. You hit it. You hit it right in the fucking head. Roll your damage.
Mhm. 7.
7 total?
Nice.
7
plus.
plus, well, because I'm enraged. And that's what? 3?
Yeah, your strength bonus is 3.
3. Okay, yeah, so it's 10.
10 total?
Mm-hmm.
You hear it crack. You hear its skull crack. And you see little fragments of bone coming down the bottom of it. But it still hisses at you and gets ready to attack you again. Tesla.
Motherfucker.
Tesla's action was lighting the arrow.
Nope.
Casey, what do you get? What do you do? What are you doing,
Okay.
Case?
So all of these beavers are attacking the hork that I am on, correct?
It's the hork. It's dying.
The hork's
It's
dead.
it's
Okay.
falling. It's being drugged to the ground, and
So
there's so much blood that you don't even know what the fuck. Like, you just know that you're going down. You're
Okay, so
yelling
before-
timber. What?
before I hit the ground and get swarmed by all these little demonic baby beavers, I'm going to use my acrobatics when jumping skill to jump off the hork and out of the way and leave the hork to its fate. Hopefully it'll distract him.
Okay, I like that idea. So, you have an acrobatics check. Go ahead and roll it, and then I'm going to let you use that roll, whatever you get, as a counter perception for me to see whether or not they turn their attention from the dying hork to you right away. So,
Okay,
roll and tell me what the number is. The higher, the better. That's what I'm trying to say.
18.
Nice. Now, do you have any bonuses to that with your acrobatics?
My acrobatics when jumping, my ability modifiers are 3.
Okay, so you got a 21.
Mhm.
So that means I'm going to roll a perception check for all of these things when it's my turn, and I need to beat a 21 to have them recognize the fact that you flipped off this thing's back.
Okay,
So
21,
good job.
got it.
Well done. Good job.
Woo!
All right, that brings us to JT, a.k.a. the Druid. Okay, now that you've used 1 round to concentrate, you casted the spell, you used the 1 round to hold it there, now you can just let it burn there, because now it's going to burn for 3 rounds.
Right.
And then after that 3rd round, that lodge is actually going to be on fire. So,
That's right. Okay. So how far? There's no immediate threats near me, is there?
there's one on your brother that is approximately 25 to 30 feet away from you.
25, 30 feet. Okay.
The
That
half.
motherfucker's hurting.
I mean, your brother does seem to be handling it, but it's fighting him. Like, he's hit it twice real hard. You can hear him hit. It's quite the little battle going on between the two of them.
How's your wounds, Andrew?
I'm solid. I haven't been hit.
Yet. Okay. Gotta save those spells.
And I've got a +2 to my armor right now. I'm glowing.
I wonder. Are any of the beavers in the water?
You don't see any beavers in the water. You see
Is
a
there a
whole
way-
bunch. You see a whole bunch of them swarming the dead hork. The halfling leap and do a backflip off of the hork and land like a superhero about 5 feet away.
But none are in the water.
Nope. But you can hear the crunching of bone and blood and flesh as they bite into the second hork.
Would a
Yeah.
zombie beaver be considered a magical creature?
I mean, yeah, probably. I mean, it is dead.
So would that make them more vulnerable to magic equipment?
Um,
Mm,
it's an interesting question that you're asking, but no, not necessarily. As far as the game turns are concerned, there are certain creatures that are more vulnerable to certain damage types, and skeletons are more vulnerable to certain damage types in the game's turns, but that's something you kind of have to learn.
Okay.
Shit.
Because his shillelagh would be considered a magical item, right?
Correct.
Yeah, it's just so I can put a +1/+1 on my shit.
But his magical spell isn't the reason why his shillelagh is better against these particular enemies, is what I'm trying to get at. Which I will, if you catch how I'm describing things, I'm describing things to you to let you know how your damage is doing.
Yeah, so
it's not.
Exactly.
Right?
So that's something important. So what have I said to Jesse about his damage so far that he's doing? How have I been describing that?
Right.
If you pay attention to how I described the attack that Jesse did or the attack that Casey did versus how I described the attack that you did, that should give you a clue as to what type of weapons to use against what type of animals. Does that make sense?
Yeah. Can you turn my great club into a shillelagh as well?
He can.
Brother.
Yeah, I can.
He's just got to be able to touch it, I believe.
Oh,
Yep.
shit. Okay. Do we fight side by side?
Yep, I'm gonna run up on you. I'm gonna run up there and take a big old swing with my great club.
Fuck yeah.
Do it.
All right, here we go for an attack. Oh fuck! A 1.
Fumble!
Yeah, I fumbled.
Woohoo! Well, your brother stepped to the occasion. Roll again.
Shit.
Another D20.
Yep.
Yay! 18. Woo!
Oh, no.
And you clock your brother with your shillelagh. He runs forward to help, and you hear the battle cry of your brother as he charges alongside of you, and he swings wildly and strikes you.
Fuck me. Okay. How much damage did I just take? Do I gotta roll it?
JT will roll the damage to you.
Take 3 + 2, so 5 total.
5 total points of damage. However,
I have an armor bonus right now of 2. What's that? Why do I gotta do one of those?
No, that's me fumbling.
that's a fumble card. And the fumble card for someone hit with a blunt object when they fumble, slipped, and are knocked prone. So, I'll let you guys determine which one of you, eeny, meeny, miny, mo, are knocked prone.
I'll slip and go prone.
Fuck that.
Well,
The elf.
it's odds or evens. It's odds or evens.
Oh.
So,
Odds.
your odds?
Odds.
Your odds? All right, I'm rolling the die right now. Here we go. Evens. Evens with a natural 20. That's so funny.
Oh Jesus!
You son of a bitch.
There you go.
All right. Andrew is on his back. He's taken 5 points of damage. His brother just came up and clocked him as hard it would have been a great hit on the beaver. Like it would, if you were the beaver, it would have knocked the fucking shit out of that beaver. But instead it knocks you on your back. Just in time for the beaver to bite your ass prone.
Advantage, right?
Yeah. Oh. The beaver sinks his fangs into the prone target for another 9 points of damage. So you've taken 14 points of damage this round, Gore.
How's your health?
All right, Casey, you remember that 19, what'd you say, have 21 was your
21.
acrobatics? Okay. Oh my god. Well,
Please don't see.
believe it or not, all, including the adults and the majority of the baby beavers, are all basically eating that dead hork. They're all over it.
Sweet.
But one of those baby beavers is a sly baby beaver, and it knows that you jumped off. And right when you land on the ground and you're like ready to attack, it's in your face. And it hits you. 4. 5 points of damage.
Okay.
But out of all those attacks, that's the only one that gets you. The rest of them kill and finish off the horde. However, next round, they're going to be looking for the next person to eat. And we are up to the top of the rotation, which brings us to Jesse. Jesse, you're first.
Hey, Jade.
Yes.
Really quick. I think we're gonna have to lose Tess in like 10 minutes.
Oh, shit. We got so much more to do. Damn it.
Well, we hadn't gone attacking zombie beavers.
Well, we were supposed to attack.
Yeah,
we were supposed to attack zombie beavers.
Oh, were we?
Yeah.
Okay.
Should have just derailed and said fuck the beavers.
Right? We'll just have to finish the next session next time.
If only someone would have said, let's get the fuck out of here.
I did. Nobody fucking listened.
No, you didn't.
I said it multiple times. I said that's a bad idea. Let's not fucking do this, and y'all did it anyway because nobody listens to the mom. Not my fault. Y'all children have fucking selective hearing. Jesus fucking Christ.
I fucking
Sorry,
hate
Bob.
All right.
Okay.
I was shaking my head and fighting this every step of the way. Y'all did it on your own.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
A lot of happy horse shit.
Well,
So the
I feel
halfling is tumbling through the ground with a baby beaver on it, and you do see the other beavers have finished killing and crunching on the hork, and they all are looking at the halfling now. So if the halfling wasn't near death before, or that close to the threat of death before, it definitely is now. Or she definitely is now. Sorry. I didn't mean to call you an it.
okay.
Sorry.
I don't fucking care.
Sorry.
I'm gonna. I mean, fuck. I hit a beaver right in the face and it didn't do anything. Hit one in the side and it didn't do anything. Crap. I got nothing. I mean, can we retreat? What's the druid gonna do if we run away?
Well, you just have to ask yourself. You just have to ask yourself: can you run away? And what are these things going to let you run away? I mean, what's the motivation of attacking you here? And
we have one remaining turn before they turn away from the hork that they're eating.
Yeah, shit's about to get real crazy, and we've done 0 points of damage.
Right. And I'm on my ass because my brother just fucking billy clubbed me from the back.
Right.
I think it's like suspending turns because I have an idea to what is it? Cause fear and make them run away.
you can turn undead, can you not?
No, I can't. I looked all through. I have no radiant damage. I have nothing that stops undead. The only thing I can do is hide from the undead.
That's probably not correct. Unless you
I
picked
looked through
some.
all of my spells. I've been spending the last 20 minutes like staring and trying to find anything.
Interesting. Well, it's a good thing we have to end the session here in a second. We'll have a chance for you to find out what your undead stuff is.
The only thing I could find was that I could hide from him.
Well, maybe you don't get turning undead until level 4 or something. I don't know. I have to look at my book. I think I left my book out in my living room.
I promise it's the right character sheet this time.
Right? Well, turning undead should be on your character sheet unless you picked some sort of weird thing.
It's possible.
I mean, we are close enough to the 10:30 mark that we could, and we are at the top of the rotation of the fight, so we can just pause now and wrap everything up, and then come back next week and finish up this fight and get to the next portion of the questing.
That sounds perfect.
Yeah, that sounds good.
Let's give ourselves some time to think about this.
Yeah.
Right. How to fight giant zombie beavers.
Right.
I battled a lot of big beaver in my day, but they've never not taken any hit points. Hey,
all I'm saying is that, giant beaver is one of my favorite enemies. And, sometimes it can be a little difficult.
Yeah. Easy to get lost in this type of fight, fellas.
Yeah.
Ladies.
Sometimes, you can spend weeks thinking about the proper way to slay giant beaver, but
you can spend weeks thinking about the proper way of running from them.
I mean, ultimately, sometimes no matter how hard you fight, fellas, the beaver still wins.
We're just gonna have to set this whole place on fire.
Every time it takes a little piece of you.
Casey, I know how you feel.
What? You guys don't know the thoughts of fighting beavers? What?
Oh, they both know. I'm positive.
All right. Well, guys, let's wrap it up. Special thanks to Crypto Comics for hosting, all of the stuff that hosts do for this little adventure that we're doing. And special thanks to all the players. Appreciate you guys coming out tonight. And special thanks to all the viewers that stopped by and said hi. Appreciate you guys checking the thing out. And anybody that sees this in the future, make sure that you check out cryptocomics.com for all of your digital comic book needs.
All of it.
And we'll see you all next week. Same bat time, same bat channel.